Hello and yes, welcome to another review with me, Rockboy680. Today, as promised, I'm going over Paul McCartney and Wings' Back to the Egg album. So this was requested by Greg's Vinyl Room. He requested it about a month ago, so I'm really sorry it took me so long to actually finally put out a review of it. But I've been quite busy lately, you know, doing other things, and of course, I do McCartney reviews a lot, so I don't like to consistently put McCartney reviews after McCartney reviews. But I know someone requested London Town and someone requested Run Devil Run. So with those two people, if they'd still like me to do them albums, leave them in the comments below. And I think I'm just going to do them too, because people have been waiting long enough for these reviews. So if you want me to review them two albums, then people who requested them, just leave them in the comments below. You know who you are. So anyway, just go do the usual, give you a bit of information about the album, go over each song individually, and then show off my copy of the vinyl record. So this album was Wings' 7th and final studio album, released in 1979, the 8th of June. It did okay in the charts. Paul said in an interview, actually, you know, he didn't really like where this one went, because he's usually in the top 5. And of course over here in the UK it got to number 6, so yeah, it got to number 8 in the US, which is even worse, but it did okay in Canada. It got to number 2, and in Australia it got to number 3. Shame it didn't get to number 1 in at least one country, but hey ho, you can't win everything, can you? So anyway, let's go over each song individually. So the first track up is Reception. It's a fun instrumental, I think. It's a bit weird and wacky, but it works well. It's got a good beat to it. There's some very weird vocals in the background. I think this is Paul trying to go a bit proggy. I'm not sure if Pink Floyd's The Wall had come out at this point. If it had, I presume Paul was going for a bit of a proggy sound here, because he knew prog was obviously coming in here. Prog was quite a popular thing now. I mean, you had Genesis coming on, Pink Floyd were doing incredibly well here at this point in time, so I think Paul was probably going, oh, we need to get in on some of this. So yeah, we've got a fun instrumental, let's just put some weird wacky vocals on it to make it sound prog, because that's what everyone likes at the minute. So, yeah, Paul trying to be a bit prog here, I think. Doesn't do a bad job, to be honest. It's not bad, but anyway, let's get on with it. Getting Closer. Next track, oh, good rocker from Paul. I love the vocals. The lyrics are okay. They're a bit sloppy in some spots, because remember, Paul's lyrics here were going a bit off, you know, because as everyone knows, 80s McCartney, the lyrics, you know, you gotta step back a bit here and go, this is Paul at his weakest in the 80s. I love Paul. I love his 80s stuff, but this was when he was at his weakest, and this was kind of the build-up for that. You can get it on certain songs on this album, you know, the lyrics are a bit so this is when fans needed to start getting worried, but it didn't matter, because as soon as we were out the 80s, as soon as we got the album off the ground, the lyrics went back to classic McCartney stuff, as far as I'm concerned. You know, even on Flowers in the Dirt, the lyrics were pretty decent in spots. So, you know, this is just, you know, this album here is the first album where the lyrics started to go off a bit, I find, and you can get little hints of that from this song, Getting Closer, but it doesn't matter, because it's a really good rocker. The vocals make up for it. It's a decent song, and it's one of the favourites on the album for a lot of people, so you know, you can't knock it. The next track is We're Open Tonight. This is one song which I'm not a fan of. I've watched a few people's reviews, you know, when I was building up to do this video, and they all seem to say it's a decent song. You know, I'm just going to say it's okay. Out of 10, I'd probably give it a 5, you know, right in the middle. You know, it's a, I don't know, it's a nice, it's got a nice beat to it, I guess, but I found it a bit boring, a bit dreary. And yeah, it's just not one of my favourite McCartney songs. It's down near the bottom of the list, to be honest. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it doesn't float my boat, if you want to say. The next track, Spin It On. I love the intro, where all of a sudden you just get someone go, this is it, and then it sounds great, and all of a sudden it kicks in, instead of having something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, or you know, everyone ready, okay, let's go, but you know, I really like that. This is it. Yeah, you're gonna love it. And you do love it. I love it anyway. I think the majority of people out there do. you know, Beatles fans obviously, because I'm sure there's some McCartney haters out there who just gonna hate everything he done. But you know, Beatles fans, I think nearly all of them love this song. It's a great rocker. The guitar sounds great. You know, I like the drums. The drums sound great. Yeah, really cool. And now the next song, Again and Again and Again. Denny Lane's song. One of my favourites on the album. Yeah, I know, I'm a major Beatle fan, so you'd expect me to say a McCartney one, but I'm not saying it is my favourite, but it's a contender for my favourite, I'd say. It's so good. I mean, I love the track. It's definitely the best one yet on the album for me. That's right, I even prefer it over Getting Closer, to be honest. You know, Denny Lane, great song. I love the vocals, and especially when Paul comes in on the vocals as well, because Denny Lane's and Paul's vocals work really well together. A lot of people overlook Denny Lane when they think of McCartney. They go, oh yeah, John Lennon, their vocals work great together. Of course they did. Paul McCartney, who else did he go with? Oh, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, yeah, he done them songs with them. Elvis Costello, oh, Linda, you know, they done good together. But that Denny Lane from Wings, I think of this song a lot, and I think how well their vocals work together on the chorus and stuff. It just sounds so great. And then we move on to my next contender for the first spot. Old Same Sir. Another rocker. Another great song. I love the piano in the background where it goes. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know, it's great. It's a brilliant song. You know, I love it just as much as Again and Again and Again. Fantastic. And then of course we come to one of my other favourites on the album, Arrow Through Me. Another fantastic song. This is like the classic McCartney song on the album for me, because a lot of them are really hard rockers on here, not what Paul normally does. He does some really slow jazzy stuff on the second side. But you know, this is like the classic McCartney track for me on the album, Arrow Right Through Me. Or Arrow Through Me, there's no, you know. But yeah, classic, lyrics are good and vocals are good. It's a great song, love it. Okay, now we're moving on to side 2, we got Rockestra Theme. Nearly said it wrong, but I didn't. This actually got an award. It got the award for the best rock instrumental performance. You know, and it's a good rocker. And this is like a theme tune for, you know, what a rock band would have. Well, that's what Paul's intentions was here. Of course, he performed it at this concert. I can't remember what the concert was for, but I do know it. I just can't think of it right now. But yeah, there was Pete Townsend there, and I love Pete Townsend. He's fantastic. And I think some members of Clash were there, and Queen. So yeah, pretty cool. But I'm a big Pete Townsend fan as well. So Paul McCartney and Pete Townsend together, boom. What more could you ask for? I guess you could ask for John Lennon to be there, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But fantastic. And then next track, To You, another rocker, great vocals, and I love the chorus, really like it. After the Ball, good vocals, really good. It's a great song, but I love the song, don't get me wrong, it's like a 7 out of 10 definitely, maybe even an 8. But it's missing something. It is missing something. I'm talking about the first half of the song, After the Ball, because there's actually like 2 parts to it. Million Miles is the second half. But After the Ball, you know, it's really missing something. It doesn't seem finished or complete, you know, but it's decent, it's okay. Million Miles, though, is a lot better in my opinion. I prefer it. I just really enjoy it. It's different to anything Paul's ever done, ever will do. So, you know, it's great. Next track, Winter Rose, Love Awake. Slower song. It's different vocal performance from Paul. And, you know, I quite like it as a Christmas song. I think Paul's done some songs which work quite well at Christmas. Winter Rose. What's the one I've pressed to play? I can't think. I'm going to have to check. Where's my copy of Press to Play? What track is it? Footprints, that's it. Footprints off this album. I quite like that on Christmas as well. You know, I think Paul does some nice tracks which you can listen to at Christmas, and here's another one. You know, sounds great. You know, good song. Then we get the Broadcast. Paul going prog again, you know, trying to kick in the prog. You know, he's really showing that he can adapt here, because he liked to do that in the 80s. We all know that. He really tried to go a bit more pop. And here he's trying to adapt to a bit of a more prog rock sound, I think, here. He does it well. It's just unfortunate that not enough people notice it, really. I think, you know, when people think of prog artists, they go Pink Floyd, Genesis, you know, I mean, the usual. But I think Paul did do some good prog albums. He done some good stuff, you know. Or not albums, but done a couple good prog songs. And I think this is another one, you know. I prefer Reception, but anyway, this one can be a bit boring, I guess. But anyway, So Glad to See You Here. Great song, the lyrics are good, you know, the vocals are even better than the lyrics. You know, great song. And we get the last track on the album, another contender for my favourite on the album. It's his jazz album, Baby's Request. Great jazz number, and I really like the music video to it. It's got a really cool music video. All in all, you know, my favourite tracks on the album have got to be Reception, Getting Closer, Spin It On, Again and Again and Again, Old Same Sir, Arrow Through Me, Rockestra Theme, To You, So Glad to See You Here, and Baby's Request. So basically, the second half of both records are the best points on the album, but then we get a couple good numbers at the start of each side. So anyway, you know, my videos are getting a bit long now, so I'm going to go over the vinyl really quickly. So here's my really good copy, my British copy. I'll take that plastic. So here it is. It's decent enough condition. I mean, there's not too much ring wear. I'm just getting it to catch the light so you can see the ring wear. Other than that, you know, there's a little crease up here, but you know, it's 30 years old. What more do you expect? Really nice back cover, you know, this one's in really good condition. So there's the track listings. Nice picture here, tells you the members of the band. I like it when they do that. For the beginners, like when I got into Led Zeppelin with their first album, I had the opportunity to learn their names and stuff, so yeah, I like it when bands do that. There's the spine, it's got a really nice design on the spine actually. And then I love the inner sleeve, look at this. And then I love the other side, you can actually see the egg. And I love the label. And this is called the Sunny Side, I think. Yeah, this Sunny Side Up. Are we getting that? Yeah. And then Over Easy is the B side. So yeah, I mean, really, really nice design on it. Like to do it the awkward way. And then of course I have the singles, Getting Closer, and I have another one Back to the Egg I think, but they're under my bed so I can't actually show them. All I'm going to say is that they're in their original sleeves, so you know the Getting Closer one is a nice blue one with purple writing, Getting Closer. And this is my, I think this one was Spanish, I think, no, Germany, printed in Germany. This was the first copy of it I bought. It says made in Germany right down there. It's, you know, got a nice cleaner, sharper cover. It's a lot more flimsy though, so. And then here's the sleeve, it's ripped in the bottom, you can see the record hanging out. Yeah, this is just paper, whereas the other one, in the British one's card, and we don't have to cut out a hole here. But, you know, it's still good enough, you know, because this was the first one I bought, so it was good enough for me. Okay, so nearly 15 minutes in. I don't want the video to be too long because I've got a lot of stuff to do tonight. It's going to take me forever to upload. So, out of 10, what am I going to give it? I'm going to go and 1, 2, I'm just seeing how many songs I like. 3. I'm going to go an 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. Not Wings' worst album, but it isn't one of my favourite of theirs, but I still really like the album. There's a lot of good stuff on there. There's a lot of great rockers on here. If you're in the mood just to hear McCartney rock out, go to the tracks which I said of rocking, you know, and just, you're going to love them. However, expect some slower, proggy, more experimental stuff. But, you know, again, and again, and again, I keep coming back to this album, and it is a lot of fun. So thank you very much for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave a message. Thank you very much for watching.